Hello, welcome to the eCommerce Master Plan Virtual Summit 2017. This session is part of our Automation Day using email marketing and more. You can check out everything at ecommercemasterplan.com/summit. I'm Chloe Thomas, I'm the creator of the eCommerce Master Plan. I'm an author, speaker and advisor, and I focus on e-commerce business strategy and marketing. Our guest for this session is me! So shall we dive straight in? Okay, so our topic is email signups and welcome campaigns. And these are such an important part of the mix when it comes to e-commerce sales, but I'm going to tell you exactly why and give you some examples. Before we get into that though, let me just tell you a little bit more about me and eCommerce Master Plan. I got into e-commerce about 10 years ago, over 10 years ago now in fact, and I've worked client side, agency side, I've worked supplier side, nowadays I tend to work advisor/speaker side, which is why I do things like this summit. I started eCommerce Master Plan back in 2012, and my aim with eCommerce Master Plan is to help people just like you work out how to grow their e-commerce business, to help you work out what you should be focusing on, what you should be ignoring, and how to go about doing it to get the maximum benefits. In front of you on the slide there you can see a selection of my podcast guests. You can see my most recent book at the time of recording, which is Customer Persuasion, although I have another in production right now coming out very soon. We've also got this summit. The podcast, which is free to air. We put out an interview every week, so please do check that out. And of course my Get More Customers Club. These are the people I work with week in, week out to help them build their businesses. You can find out more about all of that at ecommercemasterplan.com. For now though, let's properly get into this session about email. So what am I going to take you through? I'm going to take you through, first of all, why email is important. It's a good place to start, with a couple of nice case studies in there. Then we're going to go into talk about getting email signups, which is where you've got to have some email signups before you can do anything with your emails. And then we'll talk about building a welcome campaign, which is how you get those email signups to buy from you. Why is email important then? This is data from Custora. Now, Custora is a firm over in America who gather lots and lots of data from all kinds of e-commerce businesses, and then they analyse it to see various things, including which channels bring in the sales. This is their data from November 2016, so last Christmas basically. And there you can see in that graph up the top, up here, that 25% of all sales on the e-commerce businesses they analysed were driven directly by email marketing. That's 1 in 4 e-commerce orders in November 2016 was driven by email marketing. I can just leave it there, can't I? Email is super important to driving your sales. It's not dying, it's not dead. It's very much still here. It's very much still a marketing channel which you can make work really well from you. And actually now you can get it working so well because the technology has become so accessible, so easy to use, and so much cheaper than it was only a few years ago to really enable you to do that clever automation stuff, which is what I'm going to start telling you about in today's session. Okay, I promised you a couple of case studies. This is the first one. This is Project Repat. And I had Nathan from Project Repat on the podcast back in the early days, back in year 1. It's episode number 43 if you want to go and check it out. And he told me about how they'd grown their business. And they got to the point where their email sign up is converting 8% of their visitors to email inquiries. 8% of everybody who comes on their website is signing up to their list. That's pretty cool in and of itself. And then they're getting 25% of those people to buy due to the way in which they're selling to them in their welcome campaign. And that really got me thinking, I'll be honest. It kind of really inspired me to start shouting about this to anyone who would listen in the world of e-commerce, about getting the email sign up first. Don't worry too much about the sale when someone comes to you for the first time, but make sure you get their email address, because then you can create that welcome campaign that gets the sale afterwards. Because essentially that's getting a 2% conversion rate of everyone who's coming to the website, and I know many an e-commerce business who would love to get that. Obviously, it works pretty well in the Project Repat space because they are selling a product that requires a welcome campaign to explain it. Really, there's a lot of trust building to be done, a lot of explanations to be done. So they operate in the surprisingly competitive area in America that is the t-shirt quilt. And the t-shirt quilt is a product where, as the consumer, you buy the product, then you put your t-shirts, your prize t-shirts, into a box, and you send them off to a company who's going to cut them up and sew them into a blanket for you and then send it back. Lots of risk in there, lots of trust needing to be built. So I'm not going to go through their welcome campaign in this session, but please do go and sign up, have a look, see how they do it, because it's really, really compelling, really, really strong. And they do a lot of offers as well, because they're in one of those kind of sectors. Okay, so that's the first one. And I'm going to take you through how you can go about starting to build this in your business later on in this session. So if that was the inspiration, this is the proof. This is So Susie Stamps. I had Susie on the podcast back in episode number 97, and she's also been a member of a previous incarnation of my Get More Customers Club. And the work I did with Susie to implement the processes and systems I'm going to be telling you about today, obviously we went through them in a little bit more detail because this is only going to be probably less than half an hour, they led to some pretty impressive results for Susie. As she says, our first 3 months of membership were our most profitable quarter for 3 years. Now, the primary thing she did in that time was to implement what I'm going to be telling you about today. In months 2 and 3, our sales were more than double our average monthly sales at $12,000 and $10,000, and continued to grow, with month 4 hitting $15,000. We were catching up the other day and she was saying, I cannot believe how much of a difference this made. So hopefully what I'm going to run through with you now is going to make that kind of difference in your business too, if you get on and implement it. So shall I get on with actually telling you what we're talking about here? Okay, so getting sign-ups. Super important. We have to get those sign-ups to be able to do any of this. Now, you have to do better than this on your website if you're going to be getting those email sign-ups. You have to do better than just simply having a little box hidden somewhere on the website that says, subscribe to our newsletter. It's boring, it's ineffective, it gives the customer no reason at all to want to sign up. It's only useful for people like me who go around signing up to people's newsletters to see what people are doing. It's not doing you any favours. You have got to do better than that. And it's not difficult to do better than that at all. Obviously, there's a lot to be said about where you ask for the sign up. Now, I'm not going into that in this session because, quite frankly, we don't have the time. But it is an important part, and pop-ups are your friend. Let me just say that pop-ups are your friend when it comes to this. But more importantly is the call to action that you've got here. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, because the call to action is all important. First off, we must remember that a promotion exists to get the customer to do what you want them to do as cheaply as possible. That goes for whether you're running a sale, you're running a 10% off day, you're doing a free P&P weekend, or if you're getting your email sign-ups. Encouraging someone to sign up to your emails is a promotion. And it exists to get the customers to do what you want them to do, sign up to your emails, as cheaply as possible. I'm going to take you through 4 examples from real-life e-commerce businesses that are part of the 4 different ways you can go about gaining your email sign-ups. And I'm then going to give you some tips and advice on how to get it to work for you. So first off, this is a no offer sign up. This is where I think all of you should be starting. Start off with a no offer pop-up, see what conversion rate you get, and then you've got something to measure something against. So if then you start giving something away, you can measure, was the thing I've given away, the cost of that, worth it, given the uplift I've then got in sign-ups and orders. So this is one from Wing of St. Maur's, another podcast guest. And I love this because this is the most compelling no offer pop-up I've seen in a long time. We have nice, compelling text. Fancy fresh deliveries to your inbox. Now, they sell fresh fish, so fresh deliveries makes perfect sense. They're then saying exactly what you're going to get. Sign up to our bi-monthly newsletter to get offers, news and tips from the key. Bi-monthly offers, tips and news. Sounds good to me. And then got these little circles, fresh offers, fish recipes, tips from Rob Wing himself, and a picture of the man so you know exactly what's going on. Really simple. Very, very well executed and not giving away any margin to get that email address. Then we have Zalando, who are offering a discount code. We all know that lots of people offer discount. Well, actually not as many as you'd think, but I'll show you more about that shortly. Discount codes to get the email sign up. I particularly like this Zalando one because they've got 2 buttons, women and men, to very quickly start segmenting their database as they go through. And they've also explained what the criteria for the offer is down here as well, which surprisingly not a lot of people do. Thirdly, we've got Regal Gentlemen, who are giving away free content in return for a sign up. So they are giving away top tips for taking care of your beard, and they're giving away a free email series with their best tips and tricks for taking care of your beard. And they've also, like that the Wing of St Maur's one, or the Cornish Fishmonger one rather, they've said we'll deliver one email every week for 4 weeks to help you on your journey to a manly mane. So you know exactly what you're going to get. Your inbox isn't going to get overcrowded. You're going to get one email every 4 weeks. Really straightforward, really compelling. If you're thinking of going down this route, go and check out the sign up page on their website, because it's quite impressive. They've put as much effort into it as you would a product page. And then the competition option. And this is not a particularly well put together competition, because there's no details here of how often they're drawing it or anything like that, but you know, it's a competition example. So those are the four key call to action options in e-commerce. Simply compelling, like we saw with the fishmonger at the beginning. Offer based, giveaways and competitions. And those percentages are the results of a survey I did when I was preparing the content for my email marketing to get more customers course. In preparing that, I signed up to well over 100 different retailers, small and large, from different countries around the world, to see what they were offering as their call to action to sign up. 69% of those businesses offered nothing. Just like the Cornish Fishmonger we saw, they offered nothing. All they said was, we're going to give you great content. This is what we're going to bring you. If you love our brand, sign up to our emails. 25%, so 1 in 4, were doing an offer, a free P&P, a voucher code, a discount. 2% were offering a giveaway, like the Regal Gentleman one, and then 3% were doing a competition. So please don't think you have to go out there with an offer in order to get people to sign up to your list. Consumers don't think they have to expect an offer, because not everybody's doing it. In fact, the majority of people are just asking in a compelling way for that email sign up. Now you can also mix these together, so you can do a competition with a data giveaway, you can info giveaway, you can do an offer that's very compelling. You can of course mix those up. I would suggest you start with the simply compelling one. Put some work into it, make it good, make it compelling. See what your results are from that, and then test some other options. For most e-commerce businesses, it's going to be offer or competition, because you haven't really got anything you can give away. You know, think of a free ebook or email series. However, if you have got advice you can be giving people, then try that giveaway option. It can be surprisingly good. Plus, it's educating your customers to get them better able to buy from you, which is never a bad thing, is it? Okay, so that's our bit about email signups and getting those signups. So with those tips, you should be able to increase the number of people who are getting signed up to your email list. I just said about great content making people better and readier to buy. That's your welcome campaign. So let's get into the welcome campaign. I'm going to take you through 4 steps for building out your campaign, and then I am going to give you a nice little case study example, so to walk you through and see what it might look like. Now, what you need to understand about welcome campaigns is that there is no master template I can give you. I can't tell you send 3 emails, each one day apart. The first one needs to contain this, the second one this, the third one this, because it varies from business to business. For some businesses, 1 email will suffice. For others, it's going to be 10 emails over 10 months or something. It's going to vary depending on the messages you need to get out to the customer. So let's start off with the aim. This is our first step. What are you wanting that person to do? Do you want them to buy something? Do you want them to give you more information so you can start segmenting your database or send them a catalogue? Do you want them to follow you on social media? Do you want them to interact with your emails? It's quite possibly more than one of those are the things you might want them to do in a welcome campaign. So work out what you want them to do, and then also make a big list, because it's quite probably going to be a big list, about what content and messages are going to make that happen. Obviously, you're going to need some call to actions. Please like us on Facebook, for example. You may also want to be including some social proof in there. You may want to be educating them about your products, educating them about your business, why they should be buying from you and not from somebody else. What do you need to tell them to get them to buy from you? If it helps, imagine you're in a store and someone you've never met before comes into your physical store and are trying to work out what to buy. What advice would you give them if you were face to face with them? What advice do you give people on live chat? What advice do you give people when they call up or drop an email in? What content and messages do you need to give them to make that person who's just signed up to your emails want to know more about your business and want to buy from you, ultimately buy from you, because that's what we're there to do. It's probably going to be quite a big list that you're going to come up with, but that's okay. Let's take a look at step 2 now, which is to take that big list that you've made, and we want to order it into 4 types of content. And these in and of themselves might well give you some extra ideas. So you want to bring all your trigger to purchase together, those clear call to actions, the buy this, the showing them this product, the click here to sign up to our Facebook ads, whatever that is, those triggers you need to put in there. You need to put in the content that you've put to remove the barrier to purchase. This is things like your P&P status. Is it free over X? What about your returns? What are the things which make people nervous about buying from you? How are you going to remove those in order to get them to buy? And then obviously you want to be building some trust. So you've got, on the trust building front, you've got all the stories about your business and about the products and the information you can give to the customer, but also putting some social proof out there. That social proof element is essential. This person hasn't bought from you yet. They have no reason to trust you. So what are you going to tell them to help them trust you? I've got a stack of examples coming up in the case study I'm going to take you through, so I'm not going to run into lots of those now, but we're talking reviews, we're talking press, we're talking number of customers who bought from you. Anything which shows that other people trust you. And then other. For those other bits, those 3 the messages you want to send them which don't fit into those first 3. As you're pulling your big list into these 4 separate lists, consider that all of this needs to be content your audience wants to hear from you about. Okay, so if you're doing something you're going, actually, do our customers care about that or do only I care about that? Fine line between those two things and it being a good idea not to send it, but if it's something which actually you think your audience don't want to hear about, don't put it in that welcome campaign, or put it out in Facebook and say, do you want to know about this, people, my friends, my followers, my customers? And if they say yes, brilliant, put it in. If you get the kind of like the wind passing through and no one paying any attention, then probably best to leave it out the welcome campaign. Right, what are we going to do next with it? Well, the third step is to get organised, to take all those ideas that you've now split into the 4 groups and to put them into emails. So look at that list of messages you want to get across. And create yourself a table like this one in front of you, where you see we have email 1 here, what's its subject line, and then we've got trigger to purchase, remove barrier to purchase, build trust, and other. So these are your 4 content categories. And you're going to put things together. So look at your list and go, right, what is the number 1 most important first thing we need to tell someone? That needs to be in this email. And it may be that you have an email which only has triggers to purchase. It may be you have an email that only has content about removing barriers to purchase, so that's fully focused on trust. It may be that every single one of the emails in your welcome campaign has something from all 4 of these boxes in it. And how much content you have will therefore determine how many emails you need to send in order to get that across, get all those messages across without just bombarding them with the longest email in the world ever. So this is how you work out how many emails you're going to need to create. Now, if you do this and you find, oh my God, I've got to create like 8 emails, it's going to take me weeks, you can put your welcome campaign live with just one of them ready. So you've got this document, which will show you what you're going to need to build, but just get the first one done, put it live, and let that start helping your sales process. Okay, so shall I show you a case study of someone who's been through this process and what they built at the end of it? Okay, so this is Snake Hive, and Snake Hive sell mobile phone cases. Very nice mobile phone cases. They're in a highly competitive marketplace, as I'm sure you can all work out. And I had them on the podcast, and it was podcast number 65. Post-podcast, Tim decided to get me in to have a bit of a chat about how they would go about building their sales, and my number one recommendation to him was email signups and welcome campaign, even exactly what I'm telling you all today. And he went away and put in place this really rather remarkable welcome campaign. It's remarkable because they've ticked every box. I mean, it's impressive, but it's also remarkable because I'm sure many of you would think if you were selling phone cases that you've got to go out there with an offer. It's all about the offers, it's about the discounts, it's about the price competitiveness. That is not what they've done. So let me take you through it. We have, well, I thought I'd show you this first off to give you an idea of the sort of ways in which you can use that structure I've just taken you through. So this is the first 3 emails from their sequence, which I've retrofitted into this table actually because I don't have Tim's table. So I've retrofitted it for you. The slides are available underneath this video, so by all means download the slides, take a look at this, look at the emails and see how they've fitted it together. But you'll see that the first email is very much focused on barriers to purchase and building trust. The second email is the first time we get any kind of trigger to purchase. There is nothing in the first email that's a trigger to purchase. I'm going to show you it in a minute, but there is nothing in there that says buy now. And then we go into more social proof as we come down here. So they really are doing the why you need to buy from us. Let's take a look at it. I've got several of the emails to look here, and these are in the order which they go out in, but I think I've missed a couple. So if you sign up, it'll probably be slightly different. So this is their very first email, which is all about trust and about the business. We've got down here some lovely text, which, hold on, I'll stop mousing over it so as that bit goes away. There we go. Which just really gives you a little bit of an intro into how much they care about their product. Top right there, we've then got check out a few of our recent blog posts, which are all about helping you to use your phone, to make your phone, to find the right case for your phone, etc. But they show that they care and they're writing good content. Then we've got come and find out more and visit us at our blog, read now. So they're driving people to the blog. They are not driving people to buy. Then we've got as featured in, so we've got some social proof at the bottom there, giving the PR pieces. Now, all of you could create an email that simple. There's no excuse for not having a good welcome campaign. Okay, here's the second one. Here we get into the product. Subject line wise, Snake Hive, and then it's all about the key selling points of their product. And now we get a shop now button, together with the fact that there's free UK first class shipping on all orders as well. Really simple, and I love the fact they've used kind of category links down there under the Shop Now button. So you've got Apple, HTC, etc. So you can dive straight into the phone that is yours. This one is possibly my favourite welcome campaign email ever. Our 5-star reviews. That's what the subject line is. In here we have 5 happy customer reviews, nicely laid out, big, easy to read. It's all it does. It just says our customers love us, basically. Again, 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 again. We've got the free UK first class shipping. The call to action is go to the product pages to see more reviews. And then they've got the social proof, extra social proof of what publications they've been featured in. Then we've got kind of like the guarantee email, the Snake Hive promise. This is about why they care about their product, what they stand for, and what a Snake Hive customer can expect to receive. Again, more social proof, calls to action, and more about content and getting to know us on social media than actual product. Then we have more product information, which is really telling the customer Snake Hive love their product. They're very happy with their product. So we've got a different way of looking at it this time. Instead of the different materials and the different qualities, this is the different collections. So we're a little bit more buy now, buy now. The vintage collections, shop now. The slimline collections, shop now. The classic collections, shop now. Still got the social proof in there. And then this is the last one I'm going to show you. Kind of a similar approach to those 5-star reviews, but this time it's about their press coverage. So not only are you seeing the logos here, you're also seeing the quotes of what they said and what they liked about the cases. Now, many of those welcome campaign emails that Snake Hive have put together are super simple. Any of you out there could put these together. They are easy, they are straightforward, and they're really just shouting about how brilliant your business is. They are actively going to be helping customers understand that they can buy from you. Unfortunately, I can't share you any stats with the Snake Hive one, but what I can tell you is that I'm regularly talking to businesses who are implementing these kind of welcome campaigns, actively going after the signups, and in UK businesses as well as American businesses, small businesses and large businesses, who are regularly converting 20% plus of the people who sign up to their emails within 6 months of them signing up. So that's 20% conversion rate within the first 6 months of someone being signed up. There is huge opportunity here for the taking by you grabbing your potential new customers and telling them about your business so they are ready to buy, so they want to buy from you, so you are the only person they want to go to for that product because you've told them about how awesome it is and what a good decision they'll be making by buying from you. So we've gone through why email is important, we've gone through getting sign-ups, I've just shown you a great welcome campaign and told you how to go through the various steps to building that out for yourself. If you want more on that, and you should want more on that, get a taster, a 14-day full access pass to my full email marketing to get more customers course. The whole course is £350, but the 14-day trial is only £25, which is why I'm telling you about that one here. There's a link below this video for you to just go and sign up for that. You'll get 14 days access. It's full access. You can see everything that's there. Nothing is held back. The reason we're able to offer it to you for such a small amount of money is because you're only getting it for 14 days. So that's the restriction. Like I said, you'll see the link to that down there. And if you do decide to go on and buy the full course, you'll get the £25 back. So don't worry, you're not going to end up paying extra for the lifetime access. Highly recommend going and having a look at that. You better find the templates and the various things and a longer video about the Snake Hive one and also videos about the Project Repat one and much, much more in that course. So I shall leave you to have a poke around and a think about signing up for that one. I highly recommend you do. £25 to build something that could convert 20% of all the people who sign up to your emails. I'd be up for that. Okay, so you may be glad to know I'm not about to start asking myself questions about the presentation I've just given, but if you've got a question for me, please do ask it in the eCommerce Masterplan World Facebook group and I will get back to you. You can download the slides just down there, together with a link to apply for a free consultation with me if you want to chat about what I've been talking about email marketing, about anything else you're interested in. And you'll also find a link right down there direct to that 14-day full access trial of my email marketing course, which covers email signups and welcome campaigns in much, much more detail. Okay, everyone, that's it from this session. Don't forget to catch the rest of the eCommerce Masterplan Virtual Summit at ecommercemasterplan.com/summit, and feel free to share that URL with your team and e-commerce friends. The more, the merrier. Keep optimizing.